She always loved the smell of paper. In the age of smartphones and instant messages, she kept one small habit: collecting letters, real ones, written by hand. Anna worked as a librarian. Quiet work, old books, creaking floors, and almost no surprises. But that's exactly where her story began. One day, while sorting through donated books, she found an old copy of Anna Karenina. The book was worn, with yellowed pages. Between them, an envelope. A letter. Opening it, Anna saw neat handwriting in a man's hand. "Marina, if you're reading this, it means I didn't manage to say it in person. Forgive me for my cowardice. I'm leaving tomorrow. Maybe fate will let us meet again, but I'm afraid it won't known. Just know one thing: I loved you." There was no signature. The date 1974. Anna read the letter over and over again. It felt so alive, as if written yesterday. A deep sadness washed over her. Where were these people now? Did they ever meet again? The next day she took the letter home. She laid it on the table and couldn't look away. It was as if something had been lit inside her, a spark, a need to uncover the end of this story. Chapter 1. The Search. Anna decided to find out the truth. The letter mentioned an address, city, street, house. She went there on the weekend. The building was still standing, but abandoned. Graffiti on the walls, broken windows. A woman from a nearby building said, "Ah, Marina. She used to live here once. A beautiful woman, black hair, ringing laughter. But she left about 20 years ago. Where to no one knows." Anna felt the thread slipping from her hands, but she didn't stop. She went to the archives, digging through old records. She found Marina Ivanova, born 1952. After that silence. But in an old 1975 newspaper, she spotted a note. "Young singer Marina Ivanova leaves for a tour in Leningrad." That was the beginning. Chapter 2. The Secret of the Past. Anna found a recording of her performance, black and white footage, on old film. A young woman with a strong voice and a radiant smile. "There she is," Anna whispered. But who was the man who wrote the letter? She started asking the city's elderly residents, and she heard a name: Alexei. He worked as an engineer, but dreamed of writing. They said he disappeared suddenly, left without telling anyone where. "I'm leaving tomorrow," the words from the letter echoed again. Anna felt she was on the threshold of the truth. Chapter 3. The Encounter. 3 months of searching passed, and then one day, at a museum, while looking at a retro photo exhibition, an elderly woman approached her. "Excuse me, but your face looks so familiar." "Mine?" Anna was surprised. "Yes, you look like a woman I knew, Marina Ivanova." Anna almost lost her voice. "You knew her?" "Of course. We worked together in the theater. She left for Germany in the 92nd. Whether she's alive now, I don't know." Anna took a deep breath. "I found her letter, in a book, from a man named Alexei." The woman sighed. "Ah, Alexei. They loved each other, but fate tore them apart. He had to leave, I think, abroad, for work placement. She stayed, and then life carried her away." Anna left the museum with a heavy heart. The letter in her bag felt like it was burning. Chapter 4. The Last Thread. 6 months later, Anna found Marina. By chance, an online archive turned up an article: "Former singer Marina Ivanova lives in Munich." Anna made a decision and wrote her a letter. A real, paper letter, with the very envelope she had once found. A month later, a reply arrived. The handwriting was shaky. "Dear Anna, thank you for finding me. Yes, that is my letter. Back then I didn't manage to answer Alexei, and a year later I learned he had died in an accident. I carried his love with me all my life, but never told anyone. Thank you for reminding me. You gave me the chance to feel him close again." Anna sat with the letter in her hands, crying. She realized that sometimes other people's stories become part of our own lives. And the most important thing, love doesn't die, even if people never meet again. It lives in words, in letters, in memory. Chapter 5. The Echo of the Past. After that letter, Anna couldn't return to her usual routine. She often rewatched the old footage of Marina, reread the found letter. It felt as if she had become part of the story herself, as if fate had entrusted her with keeping the memory of a love that never came to be. One evening, as the library was emptying out, Anna noticed another envelope lying on the table. No return address, no name. She sat down, her heart beating faster, and carefully unfolded the letter. Anna, if you're reading this, it means the story of Marina and Alexei has reached you, and you've understood that love is not only about meeting, it's about memory, about moments that live within us. I was Alexei's friend. He often spoke of you, of the idea that someone, someday, would find his letter. You gave him a second life. Thank you, Vladimir. Anna put the letter aside, tears welling up again. She didn't know this, Vladimir, but the sense of connection to the past felt almost magical. She realized that the story didn't end with one love. It stretched further, through people, through generations, through letters waiting to be found. Chapter 6. A New Thread. Inspired, Anna decided to collect all the letters she came across in books and start a small project, Letters of Time. She began photographing the envelopes, transcribing the texts, and publishing the stories she found anonymously. People wrote back to her. Sometimes from the most unexpected places, someone discovered a letter from their grandfather. Someone else recognized a long-lost love. One day, she received a message from a young man in St. Petersburg. He sent her a photograph of an old letter addressed to his grandmother. I found this letter in her attic. She passed away a few years ago, but I want the world to know that her story hasn't disappeared. Maybe you can help? For the first time, Anna felt that her quiet work had turned into a real journey through time. Every envelope, every line like a bridge between the past and the present. She sat at her desk, surrounded by letters, and for the first time, felt that her life had become intertwined with the lives of others. Each story was a small spark, and together they created a blazing fire. And then she understood. Sometimes love doesn't live in people, but in words, and words are eternal. Chapter 7. A Meeting Through Time. Several months had passed since the launch of Letters of Time. Anna was diving deeper and deeper into archives, correspondence, and the letters people sent her. Each one seemed to pull her into the past, making her feel the joys and sorrows of strangers. One day she received a letter with no return address. The envelope was old, yellowed, and inside was a photograph. A young man with a gentle smile. On the back, in neat handwriting, were the words, Alexei, if you're holding this letter, it means someone has managed to find me, or I've managed to reach into the past. 1974. Anna froze. How could this be? She knew Alexei had died in an accident. Her heart began to race her entire research. This whole journey was tied to a man who seemed to have vanished forever. The next day, she decided to show the photograph to Marina, now living in Munich. She wrote to her and asked her to come so they could look at this mysterious picture together. When Marina arrived, Anna carefully handed her the photograph. The woman froze, her eyes filling with tears. Alexei, this is him. I've never seen this picture before. But his eyes, they're just as I remember. And then something happened that Anna couldn't explain. The room grew slightly warmer, as if a soft breeze had passed through the walls. The photograph trembled faintly in Marina's hands, though no one had stirred the air. Marina whispered, He always wanted someone to know for his love for me not to disappear. Perhaps, through you, Anna, he managed to reach the past. Anna felt a strange warmth in her chest. She understood. Alexei and Marina's love had never vanished. It lived on in letters, in memories, in the people who discovered their story. And now, through her, the past and the present had met, if only for a moment. For the first time, Anna realized her mission wasn't only to preserve letters, but to reconnect hearts torn apart by time. And somewhere in the quiet library, among the old books, a faint echo lingered. A love that had lived through decades was finally breathing again.